Hi everyone! Today I want to share with you how to make French baguette with instant yeast. This simple recipe, and for about 80 minutes from scratch you will have fresh, soft baguette. Simple ingredients: milk, water, honey or sugar, instant yeast, olive oil, flour, and salt. Okay, let's get started. At first, we're gonna activate the yeast. So add 1 cup of warm water about 90 degrees in Fahrenheit. Add half of a cup of milk. We want the liquids to be warm to make the fermenting process faster. So if you measure it, it should be around 90 and nothing above 100. Next, add half of a tablespoon of instant yeast, 1 tablespoon of flour, 1 tablespoon of honey or sugar. Mix it together and try to get rid of all the lumps. Let it stand for 5 or 10 minutes and you'll see foam forming on the top. That means the yeast is active and ready to be used. Pour the yeast mixture to a large bowl and make sure you're getting everything out. Add 1/4 of a cup of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of salt, add 3½ cups of flour. Mix it up and start kneading the dough until you get even consistency. This kind of dough will be sticky, so when you get it all even and nice, go wash your hands and then shape it into a ball. Because clean, wet hands will prevent the dough from sticking for some time. If you have a stand mixer, you can mix the dough in there instead of doing it by hand. It makes the process a lot easier and less mess. Mix on medium-low speed for about 5 minutes, and you should get a ball of dough forming around the hook. Cover the dough with a plastic wrap or a towel and let it sit for 15 minutes in a warm place. I like to leave mine in the microwave with a closed door. After 15 minutes, I'm gonna wet my hand and do the stretch and fold. Basically, it's getting the sides of the dough and stretching it and folding it toward the center. This will trap some air bubbles and also keep the dough at the same temperature inside as on the surface. And at the end, I'm gonna pinch the edges together to seal it. Cover the bowl and let the dough ferment for another 15 minutes in a warm place. And now we're gonna do the coil fold. Use a little bit of water and stretch the dough upwards and fold it on itself. Then turn it sideways and do the same. And we're gonna do this total 4 times. And this is how it should look. You can see those gorgeous air bubbles, and from the side you can see those rolls that will help the air to be trapped. Cover it and let it sit for 10 minutes in a warm place. And now we're gonna shape the bread into the baguette. I'm using my favorite 22-inch rattan basket. Don't forget to dust the surface with some flour, as well as the surface where you'll be shaping the dough. Stretch the dough to about 12 by 12 inch square and use some flour on your fingers to help you work with the dough. Now get the top of the dough and roll it over itself. Leave about 2 inches of the end and pull it up toward the center and pinch it. Also pinch both ends of the baguette. And this one is important, don't forget to flour all the surface of the baguette. Now I'm gonna get my rattan basket, stretch the baguette a little bit, and place it with the sealed end facing upward. Cover it with a towel and let it proof for 10-15 minutes before placing it in the oven. If you don't have a rattan basket, you can also shape the baguette using a silicone mat. You're gonna do everything the same, and after shaping, you're gonna stretch the baguette to about 20 inches. Then get a silicone mat or a parchment paper and place the baguette in the center. Then roll up a kitchen towel and place it on both sides. Again, dust some flour on the surface, cover it with a towel, and let it proof for about 10-15 minutes. Then preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and your baking tray should be in there. It should be hot. Dust some flour on the surface, and carefully flip over the rattan basket with the dough. If you're using a silicone mat, carefully get both sides of it and flip it over. You want the sealed end to be facing downwards. It is so important to score your bread because it will release any tension. It will also help the bread rise even more and prevent the bread from cracking. You can use blade or regular kitchen knife. I have this spray bottle with some water. I'm gonna spray it inside the oven. Or you can pour half of a cup of water instead. Water in the oven will create steam and make the bread rise even more. Bake at 450 degrees for 15 minutes. And there you have it, French baguette, homemade, so good. This one is made with the KitchenAid mixer and a silicone mat, and this one is made by hand using a rattan basket. I don't see a big difference, they both look good. They are so soft, it's probably the best French bread with instant yeast. I definitely recommend trying make one at home. Thank you for watching my recipes, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you again soon.